looks like Kylian Mbappe is open to talks with Al Hilal, the Saudi club's world record £259 million bid. He's got a year left on his contract to PSG. Dino, what do you make of all this? You know, the Saudi stuff and this. Look, I can get it with Ronaldo. I can get it with players who are 33 years of age going out there getting a nice pay packet. When you've got the best player in the world who are being offered £600 million a year, it's £50 million a month, £1.64 million a day.
That's just mind-boggling.
It's crazy
and
money.
We've got people on the M6 on their way to do a job this morning. They can't get their head around it. And we can't. I did say, though, a few weeks back, someone asked me the same sort of question. I said, well, they've bought tennis. They bought Formula One.
Mm-hmm.
They bought the golf.
Yeah. Boxing.
Look what happened with the golf. From the outside, we don't know the details. We're looking at it. They made an offer. PGA says, no, don't worry, we'll dig our feet in here. We'll get rid of them.
Yeah.
And they just kept putting £50 notes on the table. And eventually, the PGA have done a complete U-turn because they've given them that much money, they can't say no.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to buy football. I have said it. I think, and you say, well, they can't. Well, what they can do is the people at the top at FIFA, they can actually jimmy in there somewhere and eventually have a say on how football's run. That's what they'll do. That's what they're trying to do.
I mean, look, they're signing some top players, and it is going to be quite exciting to see some of them. But if you got Mbappe to go out there, for me, in my opinion, no money in the world should Kylian Mbappe go and play in Saudi. You know, you are ruining your legacy as a football player. Yes, the money is astronomical. Yes, it's almost impossible to turn down. But, you know, he's going to earn fortunes if he goes to Real Madrid, if he goes to a team, you know, in the Premier League. At his age, being the player that he is and how good he is as a footballer, for me, he's the best player in the world right now in terms of what he can do. He cannot go there. He cannot sign for this team.
Well, not if he's got... I mean, what? I'm not going to criticise him if he's...
You can criticise him, Dean, because I know it's 600 million quid. I know it's 600 million quid, but it's also a legacy is when you grow up as a football player and you grow up as a young kid, you don't play football for money. We never play football for money. Money comes into your life when you become a top player.
Some do, James.
Yeah, some do, but the majority, 95% of them don't. And I don't think he's a player that plays football for money.
You know, some footballers don't actually like playing football.
No, I know.
It's
a
job.
With a few of them.
It's a job, and so when you know the tide turns against you, you can't rely on them. Some players, it's a job.
Yeah, but Kylian Mbappe is not that guy.
No, he's going to go over there, and there's going to be I don't know how big the crowds are. You know, and how many people they can get in the stadiums. But at some point, he's going to be walking around the pitch, going, "What am I doing here?" Be like a testimonial, a training game.
Yeah.
And he's going to be thinking, what have I got here? I'm playing with players who can't play. Some can, some can't.
I think you're selling against players. I think you're selling yourself out. If you're, you know, at his age, being that good at football and then going out there for that sort of money, I just think you're selling yourself out a little bit. I can get it if you're 30 years of age and over. I can understand that because you've had your career. Yeah. And you've done what you needed to do in your career, and you can sit back and go, you know what, someone wants to offer me a stupid amount of money, I'm going to go and set my family up for life. But if you're a top player and you're getting offered that sort of money, and you can go and play for Real Madrid or any team in the world, and you go to Saudi, that says a lot to me about your ambition as a person.
Yeah, I mean, you're one example, because you finished when you were young.
Yeah.
Dean Ashton, 26, went over on his ankle, broke his ankle, couldn't play football ever again. He now has to work for a living.
Yeah, yeah.
So you do, if you get injured at any point as a footballer, you can't do anything else. We haven't got... Bachelor of Arts degrees.
No, didn't go to school.
So you have to turn your hand to something else. So some players go, right, I'm sorted for life now, and my kids and my grandkids, they're all sorted for life. But I don't know where it's going. Football, actually, you know, when we were naming the teams yesterday who were safe from relegation next season and who were at the top, the gap's getting bigger every year. You look at Luton Town and look at Man City, and I don't think the gap's ever been any further.
Yeah,
of the haves and have-nots.
Could agree with that.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, so...
Yeah, I mean, look, more and more teams are moving away because there's a lot of money floating around. That's the problem. But, reports as well are suggesting that several Premier League teams are interested in Mbappe. Now, I don't know who they are. It certainly ain't Luton Town. And if Tottenham are interested in Mbappe, I mean, we've got absolutely no chance of getting him because what are we going to do? Offer him 80 million quid, try and get him down and offer him Lo Celso and Davinson Sanchez? What are we going to do that PSG want? And then we're offering him 80 grand a week.
They've got a bottomless pit. Told you, someone just sits there and turns £50 notes over the table to you until you say yes. You're not leaving this room until you say yes. Big Brother done it with you, didn't he? Eventually he went on there, didn't he?
Yeah, we'll talk about Big Brother later on because I think he's coming back. We'll have that chat a little bit later. But could you see him playing in the Premier League? And if he did, what team would he go to?
He could play for anyone. We watched him in the World Cup, he's just gliding past people. He's got the Thierry Henry afterburner in his bag. You know, he's 6'3", is he? Something like that.
I don't
his
know.
Legs are like tree trunks. People try and tackle him and bounce off his thighs as they're on their way in, and he can finish with both feet. And at the vital moments when you need him, he produces, he scores, he takes that chance.
Yeah,
he's just world class, isn't he?
Yeah,
I mean he's up there with Ronaldo and Messi as one of them freaks.
Could a team in the Premier League get him?
Man City could, Newcastle could. Same people, innit?
Does he go to Newcastle? I don't know. Like, I just look at Mbappe and I just look at him and go, well, he was going to sign for Real Madrid and he stayed at PSG because he wanted to, I don't know, he wanted to stay loyal, I guess, to a certain level. Now that looks like it's going to change. I just can't see him at Newcastle. Like, I can only see him at either Manchester United or Manchester City or Real Madrid.
What happens with financial fair play if Newcastle did sign him? Can they get those figures?
Well, I don't know how it would work because his wages are going to be astronomical. And at the end of the day, PSG have accepted an offer of 259 million quid from Saudi. So someone else has got to come up with a crazy offer to even try and get him through the door in the first place. But
you can't have 75% of the team on 100 grand a week and 25% of the team on 350, 400 grand a week as well, because you ain't got a team. You've got the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
You've got a group of stars who are doing what they want.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. We're going to talk about it all throughout the show. If you want to have your say on it, 03717 22 33 44. What team would you like to see Mbappe playing? Are you concerned about the Saudi League dominating the world of football right now?